Hey y'all, it's Burgess Taylor. If you're new here, I'm also referred to as Journey with Burgess or Journey with Burgess Taylor. If you've been here for a while, then long time no see. It's been a little bit. It is a bit surprising how much you learn about yourself whenever you go through a loss, whenever you're grieving, especially when it's an unexpected loss. You go through a wave of emotions. I've talked about that ebbing and flowing from anger and frustration and denial to sadness and depression and guilt to questioning life, things about life, your personal life and life in general, your own life specifically. And one of the things that has really been on my mind the last few months, but especially the past month, has been this gnawing sense of frustration and disappointment in myself, with myself, and this overall feeling of discontent with certain things. I barely remember what my goals were for 2020. 2020 was such a dumpster fire of a year. And I had all these goals. I was really hopeful about 2021 being different, being better. My word for this year was to cultivate. And in many ways, I have been cultivating. But I think some of those goals were based more on what I wished or I desired and I sort of hoped to attain. Like I said, I was very hopeful for this year. Some of those goals were kind of more of like a wish list kind of thing, or for example, if I can get to this point, then I can do this kind of thing. The getting to this point, some of the things I could kind of see clearly, and I knew, I had these steps to take. If I can get better at editing, if I can get quicker at editing, then it won't take me as long to do videos. Then I could have more content. I could be more consistent with content. I wouldn't be so busy. But in the back of my mind, the thoughts were there, where am I going to find the time to learn how to do certain things that I knew I'd need to do to learn, like to go on YouTube or to go on Skillshare and learn how to edit better, to go on Skillshare or YouTube and learn how to use Procreate on the iPad. When do I have time to do those things? I need to make the time. However, making the time interferes with work, life, home balance, because that's throwing one more thing, yet another thing, and another thing, and another thing on my plate. And at the time, when I very first started getting kind of frustrated, I felt like no matter what I did, I could not make the time for my writing. I have been very remiss with my writing for a couple of years now. I participated in a couple of NaNoWriMo events. I really wanted to do Camp NaNoWriMo this month. But my brother died the last week of March. There was no way I was going to be able to do Camp NaNoWriMo this month. So it was yet another hurdle that I felt like I could not climb over. I needed that time to grieve. I'm still grieving. But while I took the time off, I dug deep into some of those feelings, the frustration and the anger over certain things that I felt before my brother passed away. My brother had a heart attack. Turns out he had heart disease, and his heart was 3 times the size of normal. He was my younger brother. He just turned 50 in January. None of us knew that he had heart disease. I don't think he knew. So I have an appointment at the beginning of June to get some things checked out. I also went to doctor's care yesterday because my foot has been hurting for over a month, and I have plantar fasciitis, whatever. I can't pronounce that. So anyway, I've gone to the eye doctor. Turns out I'm getting cataracts. My stigmatism is back because of the cataracts. I have ordered contact lenses and new glasses. I'm really excited about my glasses. They have the blue light, and I have reading glasses, red reading glasses, but they're really big and they make me look bug-eyed. They have the blue light, and they're slight reading glasses because with the contacts in, I can see up close, but not as well as I can see without anything. So bug eyes. They make my really make my eyes stand out, and they're really too big for my face, but they're very comfortable to wear when I'm doing stuff. So I've been working on self-care. I've been drinking more water. I'm drinking coffee, but see my water bottle? So when I finish this cup of coffee, I'll drink some more of that water and then I'll refill it. And if I have more coffee, which I may or may not, this is my second cup, and that's pretty much it for the day. But I've been trying to eat healthier. I've been trying not to skip meals. I've been trying to eat some snacks and doing more things that are positive changes, working on me, working on organizing more of the house. I need to work on this barn studio. Oh, I so need to clean. While I was taking time off, I visited with family. I watched YouTube videos. I watched movies and TV shows and cleaned and organized some things in the house. I've taken some really long hot bubble baths, but more relaxing kind of, not just getting in the shower to wash and things, but actually getting in the shower to relax and just to have that kind of positivity that taking a shower really can bring you. Because some days, to be honest, when depression really hits, when my anxiety and the depression and the ADHD, when I'm like all over the place, I'm lucky if I get up out of bed and take a shower. If I get up out of the bed and change out of pajamas. Some days are better than others. Some days are really bad, especially when you're grieving on top of. But I dug deep into some of those things. And one of the big things that I realized while I had some time off, because when you work for yourself, you don't really get vacation unless you can plan ahead and do some things ahead of time, like make videos ahead. So I didn't have any videos ahead to take this time off. Being out of that, being away from social media that way, the platform part of it, for me, I was out of the do, the sort of hustle, that striving to get things done, to be productive mode. I got out of that and I got more into the present and being mindful in the now. I was no longer so busy or too busy to focus on things that like the doing. I wasn't so busy and I wasn't focused on the doing, the goals and things like that, because before, when you're so focused on those things, you really don't appreciate what you actually have accomplished. Where you're at, where I was and where I am now are not where I really want to be, not for a while. It's also made me be more aware of my dreams and my passions, to take a long, hard look at those things. And with so many people all over different social media platforms with the do mindset, the hustle mindset, the achieve and manifest and success and, go, do. A lot of them make it look really easy. They make things look much easier than it is for me anyway. And they have this sort of almost perfect curated life where, it's the better setup. So it got me to thinking about those things. And it made me much more aware of how some of that can make you feel how big the gap is, how wide that gap is between where you are and where you think you ought to be or where you think you should be. And sometimes that comparison, sometimes that self-doubt, sometimes that fear, a lot of those negative emotions can make you feel like you're less than or not good enough. I remember when I very first joined one of the journaling groups, and people were recommending the Inktense pencils, and they recommended that you get the big, like 72 count or whatever it is, because once you use them, you were going to want the whole set. The whole set. At the time, David and I had just gotten in the house. We had a lot of house repairs. We had to buy appliances, and we had one working vehicle. When we moved in together and got married, we were starting all over, the two of us. And luckily I had a lot of furniture, basic furniture. I had a lot of that, but I didn't have like a refrigerator over to the side of my apartment. And when we moved in the house, we were just starting out, and within that, I think right around that time frame, right after I first started getting and really just started getting into the journaling, I had to have a hysterectomy. Even with insurance around here, hospital things and stuff like that cost quite a bit of money. Because I had to have some of those things, I wasn't working at the time. So we were a one income family, and we paid for our wedding out of pocket. I was struggling to buy the 12 count of Inktense pencils, and struggling to do other things that, like, my daughter gave me a set a 12 count set of Prisma watercolors and a 12 count set of watercolor pencils and a 12 count set of Prisma colored pencils. I was so excited, y'all. Had a cheap Prang set of watercolors. I love those to this day. I'd gotten some markers. Turned out they were alcohol-based markers, so weren't working very good in my journal. Not with that paper. And eventually, I finally got a Hobonichi Avec. And it was the July through December, and I remember being so very excited. And I ended up like trying the Nanami 7C standard, which is the blank one. And I then went to the Crossfield when they got the Crossfield, and I was so excited. I found the Taroko shop, and they had 68 GSM Tomoe River paper notebooks. I liked the Enigma. I love the Enigma still, but for writing. So the Breeze was like fantastic. I remember using the Miguel Ruiz for a long time before all of that. Tried a lot of different things. As I've progressed in my journey, one of the things I have not done as much as I would like to do is improve my skills and techniques, like really study, get better at the drawing and the watercoloring. And I have some books that I'm going to be working through and a sketchbook, and I'm going to show you a picture. I actually went to work in my sketch journal, got really excited about all of this because I am going to be working on creative projects. Not just my journaling, not just my documenting my day journaling, not just planning, any of that. I have a spiritual, like, working book of spirit. I have a projects journal that is for creative projects and for work and stuff, for the bigger stuff that I need aside from the planner, the Hobonichi. And I'm sort of bullet journaling in my Hobonichi. It's a hybrid kind of thing. But I got to thinking about all of the things that I do. And one of the things that I realized that I have not been doing is believing in myself. There are certain things like writing, which I've left to the side over in the corner, getting cobwebs. Like I said, I have not been writing because I'm so busy doing all the other stuff that I've let my writing go to the wayside. And I cannot do that anymore. I won't do that anymore. So I'm going to be adding bits of writing to like at least one vlog a month on Patreon and on the YouTube memberships. I don't know that I'll be doing a lot of talking about my writing on YouTube unless I'm doing something like Camp NaNoWriMo. I may mention it in a studio vlog because I'm about to change the schedule up for YouTube. I need to get back into the swing of things, and I don't want to have these overwhelming expectations that stress me out. So I'm going to go live twice a month. I'll probably go live on, I think, the 13th of... Let me look at the calendar. So what's looking like the 13th of May and then the 27th of May. So I'm super excited about that because I want to get back into doing the lives. And I would do a live today, but we've got wind and it's very cloudy. It's supposed to get up to 90 degrees today, but the wind is going and it's about to rain. And I don't want to go back live when there's a chance that it's going to storm. And then I won't have internet. If we get a storm, our power surges every time the wind blows really hard. So I'm going to go live, I think on the 13th and the 27th of May. But what I want to do is do videos on YouTube. I think what I might do is do 2 coffee chats a month and then do 2, like a plan with me, a journal with me, or whatever. But I'm going to be mixing things up. So I'm not going to have like a designated day to do a plan with me. And I want to do 1 video per week, and then the extra videos will come as they come, kind of thing. Like they'll show up when they show up. So make sure that you have the little bell clicked for the notifications so that you get them. Make sure that you're subscribed. Where I want to go is more sketching and more artwork and more learning and gaining knowledge, improving my techniques and skills with art. I also want to get back into writing, so much so that I got the upgrade for Scrivener for Mac, and it's on my computer, and I have it, I have started doing the character sketches and working on the outline for this novel that I've talked about. And I think I've got a version of it in Dropbox. It's about a family who is cursed, based on a true story, but definitely fictionalized. I'm actually going to redo the outline because I don't remember. I remember bits and pieces. And I'm at a place where I've changed, I've grown and evolved, and it's time for me to take what I've learned and the wisdom and put all of the things together. I actually wrote this down because this is the card that I pulled for today. Integrate all of your wisdom as you navigate your current situation. Your wholeness will be more compelling than any one aspect of you. Your answer lies in adding your options together and in making something new out of them. So I don't want to limit myself. I am a creative person, and I've been limiting myself, not making the time for my writing when I could easily write for 10 to 20 minutes a day, add it into my schedule somewhere, make it first thing in the morning before I do anything else, or last thing in the evening. That doesn't always work though. So I'm thinking I might do my writing first thing in the morning as sort of part of my self AM morning kind of routine thing. And then if I have time to write a little bit more in the evenings, I can do that. I make time when I do like morning journaling, but I don't do it very first thing in the morning. I actually do it once I come out here and sit with my coffee and I light my candle, which is right there, right by the gnome. I work on things in chunks of time. I have been evaluating my schedule and those chunks of time and my routine so that I'm trying to get back into the swing of things. And I started out with Patreon and YouTube membership to kind of get back in the swing, and now I'm back. And I wanted to do this Tuesday, but it's just didn't really happen. As I've been looking at some of the things that I'm doing, I've realized that part of this is about transformation. It's about change. It's about breaking down the things that aren't working and looking at them and go, okay, why weren't they working? Do I need to revamp or do I need to let go of? And then making changes and adding the things that I've kind of let slide and adding them back into the mix so that will add to. The other thing is following through. I need to follow through. I need to be more accountable. Thus, talking about a little bit of my writing, where I'm at and what I'm doing in at least one studio vlog for Patreon and the YouTube memberships, and then mentioning it and when I do a studio vlog for YouTube. And then remembering that this is all one step at a time, one day at a time. I can only work on so many things. I'm only one person. However, I don't want to limit myself. And if that means I spend 20 or 30 minutes a day doing my journaling and then spend 1 day or 2 days a week kind of catching up. I do a little bit of daily journaling every day, a little bit of daily art every day, 20 minutes of art, 20 minutes of writing, 20 minutes of journaling, 20 minutes of learning, because your attention span only really lasts for about 20 minutes anyway before you get distracted, especially if you have ADHD. So if I do things in increments of like 20 minutes, then I'm doing pretty well. This video is already at 20 something minutes. So pretty soon I'm going to get distracted and start rambling. But it's definitely time to reclaim more of my creative energy. It's definitely time to reclaim these things that I have let slide because of fear and self-doubt and comparison and the monkey on my back, so to speak. Not feeling like I measure up, like I'm good enough or whatever. Life is too short. Life is too short. That's one of the things that this past month has just reiterated for me. The planes. It has just reiterated for me because I'm not going to waste my time procrastinating and being afraid of things. I'm going to pursue my dreams. I am going to do what I love. I am going to be creative in a variety of aspects, DIY projects and all kinds of things. So we're gonna see how things go. I'm excited. I feel really good about it. I feel really good about the changes. I know I have needed to, for a long time, stop. I need to stop the second guessing. I need to confidently go forward. And one of the things that I've been working on is cultivating real self-care, cultivating real self-love, cultivating confidence and esteem and positive feelings, and share more of my process, talk about it, as well as show some of it. Part of that has to do with getting more organized and staying organized, planning things out better, working on those things, which has been a good thing over this past month, that I had some time, that I kind of been getting back into the swing of things bit by bit, and that I do work for myself. So if I need some extra time, I can call in and order a dinner or go grab a dinner, and so I don't have to cook, or I can say, hey, I'm not cleaning today. The laundry can wait till tomorrow, and I have some things I need to get done. I think I'm going to do one video per week for now. Like, I'm going to talk about different things, do a live twice a month, like I said, every other Thursday. And then on the weeks that have 5 weeks or whatever, might get an extra live. We'll see. Or an extra pre-filmed video. I do have some things I want to review. I have this is the Scribbles That Matter in B5. It's the regular, like 100 GSM paper. It's that off-white, kind of off-white. This is the Notebook Therapy, the new one in a B5 with the 160 GSM. This is, like I said, my project notebook and work notebook for bigger work things when I need to work things out. Because I have the A5 Day Free Hobonichi for some of the regular planning part of it. And then this is my spiritual notebook. And I'm loving this notebook. It does get, as you can see, it does get stuff on it, this linen. But it's gorgeous. And all the notebooks, if you actually use them, they're gonna get a bit worn looking. I hope that you will stick around. And if you're new to the channel, thank you for being here. I am going to be writing a blog post this evening and working on some of it tomorrow so that I can post it. Hopefully, I'm not going to pressure myself, but I'm starting to do some creative writing again. That's one of the other kind of writings I want to do. And I'm going to be sharing videos. I will eventually get to the point where I write the post and link the video in there, and then link the blog post in the description. I do want to have a little bit more information in the blog post. I don't know, it seems kind of redundant if I just have a little hey and then put the video. That doesn't feel like creative writing to me. Although I do spend time writing out some of the chats and then writing them down, and then I have just like a little list of things to talk about. I kind of gather my thoughts and do a bit of a mind spill, and then I just have like a little bullet points to cover things. So, and it helps me whenever I do these chats where I'm looking at the little thing. I have like a little post-it note or a smiley face or something, and I just imagine that it's one of you, and I'm just having coffee with you and talking with you. So if we were having coffee, I'd be talking about all of these things, about how I've been feeling the transformation coming. I've been feeling the evolution of it. And I think I procrastinated with it out of fear and self-doubt. And I don't want to do that anymore. I'm not going to do that anymore. So that's where I'm at. I'm going to be doing more sketching, more sketch journaling, more learning, more practicing. And those won't have like a lot of text in those. A little note here or there, and then I'm still continuing with the journaling, and I have quite a bit of journaling to make up, but I will get there. So that's a video that we'll maybe have next week, is some catch-up journaling, or maybe that we'll do that next Thursday. We'll do some catch-up journaling, and maybe I'll do that for Tuesday as well, or maybe we'll have some planning for Tuesday. We'll see. Or maybe I'll do the review and the pen test for this. Y'all let me know what y'all'd like to see. And I have some ideas, and I just mentioned some of them, and then we'll see. If you have a request or whatever, let me know in the comments below. And make sure, like I said, that you have hit the little notification bell. Give me a thumbs up. It helps the channel. It helps other people find me whenever you comment and like and share and stuff like that, the videos. So y'all have a great one, and I'll see you again real soon. Bye, y'all.